You are the future of the fire department. When the siren sounds, you'll be pointed. Never forget your training. Look out for your crew. Congratulations, guys. You did it. Stay safe out there. Enjoy it. It's going to be a ride.
Thank you. Now for our guest speaker. Tonight's guest speaker. Tonight's guest speaker is a retired battalion chief with over 30 years of service in Salisbury Fire and Ellis Culture. She has held several positions in the fire service and earned numerous qualifications. She is a leader, wife, mother, and just so happens to be a grandmother to one of our students. I am proud to introduce my friend, retired battalion chief Chris Kepley, as our guest speaker. Just for the record, he told me the mic lowers down because he couldn't make the podium any shorter. So, good evening to everybody. I'm honored to be here and to be asked to address 2026 High School Academy graduates, their families, and their friends. I'd like to take a couple of personal privileges to begin. First, I'd like to thank Chad and all the other instructors for the investment in this class and for the investment that they continue to make in the fire service. I'd like to thank the parents and family members who supported their students, and a special personal thanks to my friend Lou Rogers for his investment in my career all those nearly 40 years ago, and for the influence that he's still making on the future generations of the fire service. He's one of the good ones. Now, to the group, the real reason we're here to celebrate. The class of 2026 High School Academy. What an accomplishment. What an accomplishment. Those of us in the fire service know the difficulties, challenges, time commitment, and sweat equity involved. I'm also fairly certain that parents now have an idea too, because they probably had to listen to some moaning, groaning, and frustrations over this last year. And many of you came to see some of the drills that your students were doing. It's not an easy profession, but it is so worth it. Since I didn't know most of the class, to prepare for tonight, I asked Chad for some characteristics of his class members. His response included words like quiet, kind, never gives up, sweet, funny, friendly, always ready to jump in and help, first one to step up doing practicals, caring, knowledgeable about the service, committed, smart, strong, always early to class, never met a stranger. All of those traits are important to be successful not only in this career, but in any year. And when I asked him about his class ethic as a whole, it's hard for him to pin down one thing. But what he said was, they share so many personality traits that they bonded so well that they know if one of them is in a distress, they can send up a flare or get in that group chat. I understand that you guys blow up all the time, and send out the help signal, and that you will show up for each other to help do whatever needs to be done. Isn't that what the fire service is all about? We show up when people call. We try to make things better, whether we know them or not, and we show up for each other. Even though we don't always get along in our family, because we are pretty dysfunctional sometimes, just like regular families, we still work together, we accomplish the mission, and we have each other's backs when things get real. I had the opportunity to come and observe the class in action on a couple of occasions. You guys just thought I was taking notes, okay? And what I saw confirmed Chad's observation to 100%. I saw young firefighters working together as a team during Mayday drills. They looked out for the safety of each other. They successfully found and extricated all of the victims from the building. Last night, I watched these same young firefighters working with members of other departments, most of whom they met for the first time last night. And they responded to fires, medical calls, motor vehicle crashes, fire alarms, and a lot of other incidents, and their training carried them through. They all did well, even though there were some frustrating things that happened. They still made it happen. They solved the problem and they did it together, which is what Chad has been trying to teach. So, for a little advice for you going forward, I know that you're gonna hear me talking up here, and only later are you gonna realize that maybe I learned a few things, and you'll remember that I tried to give you some advice on the front side. Kind of like when you tune your parents out now when they're trying to tell you, because I already walked this road, but you got to do it yourself because you don't really believe it. So that this is going to be the same thing. So I chose an analogy that I felt like maybe all of you would be familiar with. I'm not, so I had to do some research. But my analogy is going to be about video games. All of you familiar with video games? Some of you, Griffin, I know you are. I'm not a gamer, but I did do some research so I could make this applicable to today's technology geniuses. You guys, you got it going on with the technology. But if you're not a gamer, bear with me because the lessons will apply to whatever challenge that you have. So what I found out in my research, video games can be like real life situations, challenges or systems because they help you reframe everyday obstacles into solvable puzzles. They encourage resilience by treating failures as learning opportunities, and they show you how goals and habits can be tackled repeatedly using direct feedback so that you can improve your skills and your scores. So what you're, in essence, what you're doing is you're working to level up to the next levels. And you earn rewards or whatever they're called based on which game you play so that you have an edge for levels to come. That's what you have done. You have completed level basic firefighter techniques. You have to review them repeatedly. You have to review them often during your career because these are the ones that you use most often, and everything else in your career builds on this foundation. I'm sure Chad and his folks have given you a good foundation. You know that the levels get harder every step, but if you're a true gamer, you're just not willing to stop because you can't let this challenge beat you. Can't let the challenge beat you. So no matter how many tries it takes, you try to figure out how to get the most rewards, and you learn what's known as gamer lingo. This was new to me. It's called meta. Most effective tactics available. For those of us who are non-gamers, that just means we're looking for the currently accepted best strategy, character, or build in the game. We want to strive to win, and we want to be the best about it. And that's what we do in the fire service. We're trying to figure out the best ways to get better and safer at our jobs. We take classes, we study, we read fire service materials, and we hear other people's opinions. I'm going to encourage you to keep an open mind to what other departments do, because just because your department doesn't do it that way, doesn't mean that it's wrong. Don't get so locked into tradition that you're not willing to consider that there may be more than one way to accomplish a goal. Most video games will give you an immediate restart if you fail the level. And that's not always easily done in real life. In the game, if you fail the level, you immediately try again until you run out of attempts. Or the game I played, they say you've lost a life. Okay, and they take a little part away. Okay, so since the reattempt is immediate, what you did wrong, then it's fresh in your mind. So that way, when you go back for your next try, then you know what you need to do differently so that you can win the game. So you know when you fail, you restart the level and try again. That's also true in the fire service. That's also true in the fire service. The key thing to remember about the fire service is sometimes there are real-time, long-lasting consequences for both us and for the citizens that we serve, which is why we strive to be the best at the game. The challenges keep coming until you master them. And if you keep trying, you master them. So I'm going to encourage you to stay sharp and stay focused. Some other basic rules. Accountability. You can control one player. Guess who that player is? You. You can only control yourself. So the small habits you have every day shape your life. It's daily decisions, what you read, what you think about, who you surround yourself with, and you got lots of choices. So you need to choose wisely because all of those choices have an impact on your lives and your experience. So stay true to yourself and your values. And those values came from your parents, first and foremost, and then you've assimilated others to become who you are. Always challenge yourself to be better, faster, whatever you need, but don't take shortcuts. Do it right. Don't get complacent. It's very easy to get complacent because the training is repetitive. Don't be the guy who does just enough to get by. And never disrespect the basics because, like I said, they're your foundation. You're responsible for your experience in this game. So if you're not happy with it, guess who's the only person who can change it? That would be you. That would be you. Be accountable to yourself and others. Own your mistakes and go back to fix it. The next thing I have to tell you is about your purpose. Finding your purpose in life, this is finding your why. And I can tell you at least 4 of this class, I had the honor to interview to be on our volunteer department. And they gave the standard answer. And I didn't think about this until I was at a conference last week and I heard a speaker speak on it. He said, but you need to find your why. And your why needs to be more than just to help people. It needs to be more than I want to help people. Because sometimes people let you down and you're going to get tired of helping people. So you need to find your why. And so whenever you're looking for your why, you do that in your quiet time. That's when you regress to you were about 4 or 5 years old and you remember you tugging on your parents' sleeve. Why? And you keep saying, but why? You keep asking until you drill down and find out what is your ultimate reason to be in the fire service. To help people is only part of it. To be good at your job is only part of it. But there's got to be more. There's got to be more to sustain you. So it's not always a straight line. You'll have obstacles. You'll have wins. You'll have losses. There'll be detours. Stick with it. Stick with it. And if you decide that it's not for you, still know that you've done a good job. All jobs can teach you something. So if it turns out this is not your calling, you still learn some things. So serve well wherever you are. The third thing, I got it titled Smart Living, Resources. Okay. Once you get on up in the ranks a little bit, resources are going to be limited sometimes. Sometimes your internal resources, you'll be tired. You'll have stuff going on in your life. Or external, you don't make enough money or there's not enough help, whatever the situation is. Sometimes they'll be limited. And the thing about the fire service is you don't always know what resources you have until you get on the scene and start the game. So if you can figure out your resources early, who's your support? Who's this? What are you going to do about this? That helps you do better in the game. And remember that having more resources doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the game, does it? Those of you that are gamers, it doesn't necessarily doesn't mean you're going to win. You have to maximize the resources, or you have to create new resources or tools so that you can achieve the same purpose. A little bit about failure. Nobody's a winner or a loser. There's only people who make most of the opportunities that they present. So when you look at failure, you need to think about that as preparation for the next thing. Stick to it and look for the opportunities to level up. Don't be afraid to learn new things. I think you've already proven that you're not afraid to learn new things. You're not afraid to do hard things. You just need to remember everybody starts somewhere and everybody learns at their own pace. It doesn't have to define you if you get it wrong. You need to let it make you better. You need to let it make you better. When you achieve success, the game should be fun. It should be challenging. It should be fulfilling. And it should keep you learning. The more you learn, the more successful you're going to be. Most departments that I'm familiar with offer you a ridiculous amount of opportunities to take training. But you have to say, I'm interested. I want to do it. Don't expect them to come and just give you everything. Show your interest. so that you could be the best version of who you're going to be. And then finally, you need to remember that you're already in the game. Most of us take ourselves too seriously when we should take the perspective of, I wonder what I'm supposed to learn from this. How can I change my results in this game? Changing your perspective changes your experience. So find out your why. Keep asking till you find it. When you know what it is, do extra so that you're prepared. Stay coachable. Keep your pride in the job. Remember the people you serve and those you serve with, and how your actions and your behavior, both on an incident scene or around the station, impact your customers and the people you serve with and your interactions with them. So keep growing, keep showing up. Life is what you make it. The best is yet to come. Thank you.
Now we will present the certificates introduced by Chief Philip Hartley, our Director of Fire Service. Will all instructors and past students please make their way down with the presentations? When your student is called, member of the family, please make your way down. One family member will place a badge on your student. Harmony Foster. Gat.
Nicholas Glover. Noah Griffin. Grayson Harefield. Johnson. Ethan Marino. Cole Reader. Ian Rodriguez. Florida Santiago. Brady Weinthal.
you instructors and past students. Give you a little heads up on the radio straps. If you don't know what a radio strap is, it holds your radio underneath your coat. Every firefighter has it. So what was the second month of class, they were issued radio straps. They had to carry that radio strap or wear that radio every day of fire. What happened if you forgot? Set of stairs, okay? So this is kind of ending an era, bringing in a new era for you. Good job. They all have it. The next two awards were voted on by their peers. The presentation of the Justin Moreau Service Above Self Award will be given by Lisa Moreau, Justin Moreau's mother. Gotta make me read it. To the pit. Just Service Above Self, Justin Moreau Award. The Service Above Self Award is named for fallen firefighter Justin Moreau. Justin lived every day to help others. He was never too busy to put others before himself. The Service Above Self Award goes to the student who thought of their other classmates first, then themselves. Always ready to help out without being asked, holding genuine concern for the entire class. The student also truly believes there is no I in the word team. This year's Justin Moreau Service Above Self Award goes to Braden Wyckoff. Roger McDaniel Most Improved Award will be given out by Lewis Rogers, longtime friend of Roger McDaniels. The Most Improved Award is the name for the previous director of Emergency Services, Roger McDaniels. The Most Improved Award is given to the student who showed the most overall improvement. Roger believed this award should not only be given based on a firefighter's improvement, but also a life experience. His hope was that all students would improve from the first day of class, but this award goes to the student who has grown as a firefighter as well as a person, taking the lessons they've learned during these classes and incorporated them into everyday life. This year's Most Improved Award goes to Harmony Foster. Video. I want to get ready for the video. The last award, Top Gun Vic Eisner Award. The Top Gun Award is named for the following firefighter, Vic Eisner. Victor was the top gun in his rookie class, pulling the highest grade average. This award goes to the rookie who is academically top of the class. The student also must be a role model to the class and a leader as well as excel in the hands-on practicals involved in being a firefighter. This year's Victor Eisner Top Gun Award goes to Braden Wyckoff. Now for a short video put together by Harmony Foster. That's why you.
Yo, wake up early, done thinking through the lines, grab my shoes, hit the block, leave the dress behind, pavement under the feet, rhythm in my veins. No time for slack, I'm chasing what remains. Grind don't stop, even when the rain comes down. Keep my head up, I never wanna drown. Every step I take, through the grind. Ain't no shortcut, gotta. On my nights in the lab, perfecting every line. Doubts in the air, but I brush it off my shoulder. Stay true to myself. That my only no hand down.
Okay, thank you, Harmony. This concludes the ceremony for tonight. Thank you again for taking the time to celebrate with us. Rowan Cabarrus High School Fire Academy Class 6, please stand.